you ever feel like you're trying to connect with the men in your life, but somehow you're missing the mark? Maybe you're frustrated because no matter how hard you try, it feels like he's emotionally distant or not fully opening up. Does it seem like there's a wall and you're left wondering what he really wants? Lesson 1. As the saying goes, to be trusted is a greater compliment than to be loved. For men, feeling trusted and admired in intimate moments can be even more important than the act itself. It's not just about sex, it's about knowing that he's good enough, that he's desirable, and that you see him as someone who satisfies and excites you. So, what's the solution? A simple yet powerful way to trigger that emotional connection is by telling him how much you enjoy being with him. When you say things like, "You always know how to make me feel good," or "I love the way you take care of me," you're speaking directly to his sense of pride and confidence. These are the moments where men feel truly seen and appreciated for who they are. Another way to boost his confidence is to be specific. Instead of vague compliments, tell him exactly what you love about your time together. It could be as simple as, "I love how you pay attention to me," or "You always make me feel special." These words reassure him that he's not just going through the motions. He's making a real impact on you. By appreciating his efforts and telling him what he's doing right, you're building trust and emotional security. And that's the foundation of a strong, lasting relationship. Lesson 2. As the saying goes, absence makes the heart grow fonder. For men, having the space to breathe, think, or just be alone for a while isn't about wanting to be away from you. It's about preserving their sense of self. It helps them come back to the relationship feeling refreshed and ready to reconnect. So, how can you show respect for his need for space? One of the simplest ways is to say things like, "I understand you need some time to yourself," or "Take the time you need. I'll be here when you're ready." These words communicate trust and respect. You're telling him that you value his need for independence and that you're secure enough in the relationship to let him have his time. This can be incredibly freeing for him and strengthen your bond. Another practical approach is to give him room without making it a big deal. If he wants to spend time alone or with friends, encourage it. For example, saying, "Go hang out with your friends. I know you need that," shows you respect his boundaries and trust him to maintain the relationship. It's a small gesture, but it means a lot. By respecting his space, you show that you trust him and value his individuality. And that respect will often lead to him being more open, caring, and connected when he's with you. It's a win-win. Lesson 3. As the saying goes, alone, we can do so little. Together, we can do so much. Men want to know that they're not alone in facing life's challenges, that they have someone who's got their back. They don't just want a romantic partner. They want a teammate, someone who is there through thick and thin. So, how can you show him that you're in this together? Start by emphasizing the partnership with phrases like, "We make a great team," or "I love how we handle things together." These words remind him that he's not alone, and it's not all on his shoulders. It shows that you value the joint effort and recognize that the two of you are working toward common goals. This can be a huge emotional trigger because it makes him feel secure and supported. Another practical step is to actively involve him in decisions. For example, when you say, "What do you think we should do?" or "Let's figure this out together," you're reinforcing the idea that both of you are equal partners in navigating life's challenges. These simple phrases help ease the pressure on him and make him feel like you're in sync. By emphasizing partnership, you create a strong emotional bond. He feels supported and valued, knowing that he's not alone in facing whatever comes his way. This sense of teamwork can strengthen your connection and deepen the trust between you. Lesson 4. There's a well-known saying, if you love something, set it free. If it comes back, it's yours. If not, it was never meant to be. Men, by nature, need a sense of freedom to feel like they're still in control of their own lives. This freedom isn't about not loving or caring for their partner. It's about feeling trusted enough to maintain independence within the relationship. So, how can you encourage that feeling of freedom while still maintaining a close connection? One simple approach is to say things like, I trust you to make your own decisions, or you don't need to check in with me all the time. I know you'll do what's right. These phrases show him that you trust him and that you're not trying to control his every move. Trust is a huge emotional trigger for men, and when they feel trusted, they're more likely to stay connected and open with you. Another practical way to give him freedom is by encouraging him to pursue his own interests. If he loves sports, hobbies, or just spending time with his friends, say things like, go enjoy yourself. I know you need that time. Or I love that you have your own passions. When you give him that space, you're showing him that you value his independence, which, in turn, will make him appreciate you even more. By giving him freedom and showing trust, you're not pushing him away. You're drawing him closer. A man who feels free to be himself in a relationship is much more likely to be emotionally engaged and loyal. Trust and freedom build foundation of a healthy, lasting partnership. Lesson 5. As the saying goes, a smooth sea never made a skilled sailor. Men, just like anyone else, need obstacles and challenges to grow and become better versions of themselves. A partner who challenges him to think, improve, and step outside of his comfort zone is someone he'll admire and respect deeply. So, how can you challenge him in a healthy, supportive way? One way is through phrases that push him toward growth. Like, I know you can do better than that. Or you've got what it takes to make this work. These aren't criticisms. They're words of belief that motivate him to rise to the occasion. When you show him that you believe in his potential, he'll feel inspired to push himself harder, not just for you, but for himself. Another approach is to gently challenge him when it comes to decisions or goals. Instead of agreeing with everything, you might say, have you thought about trying this instead? Or what's your next big move? These kinds of questions make him think more deeply and prevent the relationship from falling into a routine. He'll appreciate that you respect him enough to encourage his growth, rather than letting things stay the same. By challenging him, you're showing that you see his potential and you want to help him reach it. Men value partners who push them to be better, not through criticism, but through encouragement and belief. This kind of healthy challenge creates a dynamic, exciting relationship where both partners grow together. Lesson 6. As the saying goes, the greatest gift you can give someone is your time and attention. For men, emotional connection isn't always about big displays of affection. It's often about feeling like you truly see and understand them. Words that make them feel appreciated, listened to, and emotionally supported can make all the difference. So, how can you create and affirm that emotional connection? It's as simple as saying things like, I love talking to you, or I feel so connected when we share like this. These words remind him that your relationship isn't just about physical attraction or day-to-day responsibilities. It's about deep emotional understanding. When he hears that you value those quiet moments of connection, he'll be more willing to open up and share his feelings. Another practical way to affirm emotional connection is to be present during conversations. You could say, "I really appreciate how you always listen to me," or "I feel safe when I talk to you." These phrases show him that his emotional support matters and that his presence makes a difference. It tells him that he's not just someone you're with, but someone you truly connect with on a deeper level. By consistently affirming that emotional bond, you're creating a safe space where he can be vulnerable and open with you. Men, even though they might not say it, deeply crave that kind of emotional security. When they feel emotionally understood, they're more likely to stay engaged and connected, making the relationship much stronger and more fulfilling. Lesson 7. There's a quote that fits perfectly here. To be loved deeply gives us strength, but to love someone deeply gives us courage. Men want to feel loved for more than their achievements. They want to feel accepted and valued for the person they are. When a man knows he's appreciated beyond his role, he gains a sense of emotional security, which strengthens the relationship. So, how do you show him that you value him for who he is? Start by using phrases like, "I love how kind you are," or "You have such a good heart." These statements focus on his character rather than what he's done. This tells him that you see and love the essence of who he is, which can trigger a deep emotional response. He'll feel secure, knowing that your affection goes beyond surface level admiration. Another practical way to make him feel valued is to acknowledge his inner qualities, especially during tough times. When things aren't going perfectly, you could say, "I appreciate how strong you are through all of this," or "I admire your patience." These words emphasize that you value him even when things aren't going right, showing that your love isn't conditional on his successes. By consistently making him feel valued for his personality and inner qualities, you give him the emotional reassurance he craves, but might not express. Men, just like anyone else, need to know they're appreciated not just for what they do, but for who they are. This kind of validation deepens emotional intimacy and strengthens your bond, making your relationship more resilient. Now, we are about to end the video. Now, it is time to change your life. Write down a comment and say that you want to change your life. No matter how difficult it is to change, I will read each of your comment and feature one of the best comment in our channel. If you want a daily dose of unfiltered motivation, subscribe to our channel.